welcome to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. Wednesday night, we appreciate you tuning in. Another big show coming your way. We've got some fantastic league title races right now in local high school baseball. One of them, the land of the Big Eight. We love Big Eight baseball. So many great programs, coaches, and players. Tonight, the Centennial Huskies will join us live as we go deep inside the Huskies den. I mean, we're going right into the clubhouse, talking with head coach George Wise and some of his top players. A little bit later in the show, I mean, he is the brand new head football coach at Redlands East Valley. Gavin Pachot will also join us live. It's our pledge to you to talk high school football every single Inland Sports Show. We got a lot more coming your way. We lead things off with the skipper of the CBU Lancers, one of our favorite guys, and for some reason he makes time for us every single time we ask. He says, yeah, I'm there, whether he's in his backyard or on the diamond, on a bus. He always, in fact, Coach, I think one of the first interviews we did with you, I think Trevor Oaks was making his major league debut in Kansas City, and you called in, I think, from Kansas City, if I remember right.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was a great day for the Lancers, for Trevor, and for our whole university. Anytime you call, buddy, I'm ready. I'm here.
I know you are, and I appreciate that. You're the best. And now, Coach, listen, last year was obviously funky because of the pandemic, but the previous year, 2019, you guys won a WAC regular season title. Trying to do it again this year right now at 23-5 in conference play, which is unbelievable. Tied with Grand Canyon University for first place right now. And we're coming down the home stretch. I can't believe we're coming down the final couple weeks of the regular season now in the month of May. But at 23-5 in conference, Coach, what have you guys been doing right?
You know what? We started off hot. We really, it's a 4-game conference schedule this year instead of 3. We got rid of the midweek games and decided to go to 4 weeks. And we've really been able to take advantage of some pitching depth, especially out of our starters going deep in games. And we've got quite a few sweeps, including some at home and one on the road. And we kind of separated ourselves a little bit. And now we kind of finished with 2 of the tougher teams in our league. And it's going to be a tough go on it. 8 road games against New Mexico State and Grand Canyon. We're going to see what we're made of.
Yeah, you know, obviously you want to look ahead, or at least I want to look ahead to that Grand Canyon series. But first things first, you know, you go to New Mexico State this weekend, and I know that's a place you like because that's where you guys clinched the WAC title in 2019. Talk about this series coming up with the Aggies, and it's important because you got to set yourself up to be in good position when you go into that series with GCU.
Yeah, you know, you do all the math. You know, you try to win the game in front of you, but you don't want to be unprepared and not do the math. And, you know, we got to minimally go 2-2. If Grand Canyon sweeps their series, then, you know, that still gives us a chance. So we're trying to go 1 game at a time and know if we win the first one, it makes it easier throughout the weekend. But New Mexico State, for those that have ever been there or seen it, they lead the country in offensive categories every year in and year out. The ball flies there. It's at elevation. The wind blows out. So we focus in on pitching the bottom of the zone and trying not to homer ourselves, maybe being more on the line than thinking air so we don't get too big in our swings.
Well, speaking of big swings, I got to bring up Damon Keith. He's a Redlands East Valley guy. I remember him when he was playing for the Wildcats. And Coach, what can you say about Damon? Because I feel like he can do everything. He can hit for power. He can get on base. He's got speed. You know, talk about Damon Keith a little bit.
You know, I sound like the late, great Tommy Lasorda when I say this, but Damon is a 5-tool player. You know, when the scouts talk about 5 tools, your ability to run, throw, hit for power, play defense, you know, and be a good hitter. Damon ticks all those boxes. He's got a great arm in the outfield. His speed is phenomenal. He's got light tower power, and he's been a plus hitter. So I fully anticipate with a good couple weekends, he's going to be MVP of our league, and you'll see his name called in the draft. In the top 10 rounds, you know, coming up in July.
Coach, what does it mean to this year's team? You know, again, with last year's season just basically erased before you guys could even really get off the ground and get your wheels turning, you know, everything was shut down. What does it mean, maybe especially to the seniors this year, to have a chance to come back and win another conference championship?
You know, it means a lot. And we have a theme every year that we cover and talk about. And we started this year with the very first meeting that I wanted us to be blessed, that feel like we were blessed and be thankful for that. And that's really what it all comes down to is, you know, we're super blessed to be at a place like CBU that did everything they could to make sure we play and keep us safe. And we're extremely thankful to the NCAA in continuing to push the season as well. And we've kind of played the whole season that way. Like, we're playing with house money, so to speak. And the chance to go repeat and do that title. And we haven't missed a game yet, knock on wood. We're about to play 56 games and everything's been safe and clear. It's been a real true blessing.
And Coach, speaking of, blessings, are you enjoying this season a little bit more maybe than past seasons? No slight to those past teams or players or anything, but just a simple fact that we had it taken away last year. Now we got it back and you guys are playing very well. Are you just enjoying practices, road trips, all those things because we have it again?
100%. Yeah, the start of the season to now and the journey these guys have been on, and getting another year with John Glenn and Nick Playa, some of our COVID seniors, we call them. It's been a great year. The only thing I do miss, Pep, I really do miss, is filling out our stadium, and having the fans there, where we've had minimal fans, and I miss that interaction for our guys. And I know a lot of them are planning on going to Grand Canyon should we be able to play for the title. So hopefully they can meet us there.
Well, too bad the season wasn't just a little bit longer, because June 15th, we're opening everything up. So you were so close. You were so close. Coach.
Close. Yeah, we'll have them ready for next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely out there at Topman Stadium. Coach, as you go into this series with New Mexico, we talked about the pitching, and you said it's a hitter's friendly park area at New Mexico State. But man, you've got some great pitchers once again, and your number one is dynamite. Can you talk about your starting pitcher who gets the ball in that first game of the series?
Yeah, Chris Barisa, has been the best guy for us this year, and he's just a 4-pitch mix guy, 6'6", left-handed, can spin it, move the ball around, a great college left-handed pitcher that hopefully gets a chance professionally. And then our 2, 3, and 4 guys, I sound like ultra positive guy, but those are sinker ball guys. So those guys really try to put the ball on the ground. And when you're at a park that, is a launching pad, I like the chances with those guys in the next 3 games as well.
Well, Coach, I always appreciate the time. Best of luck on the road at New Mexico State this coming weekend. Again, hopefully setting up a huge series with GCU in that final week of conference play. And I'll let you get back to your festivities. It looks like you got a nice night with the family out there.
I know. Isn't that great? And here's the thing. I'll leave you with this. Since you got Coach Wise, who I coached at UCR, who's a great guy. You need to make the deciding who's got the better beard, him or me. Okay, so by the end of the night, you might even do a pool on there, I got some gray and all that. I want to know, because he's got a better slider than me. I know that for sure, but maybe I can have the better beard.
He's nodding. Yes, that is true. The slider part. I don't know about the beard, but the slider part, he's nodding. Yes, that is true.
Yeah. And he's in better shape. He could probably do more push-ups as well. So I know that, but maybe I'll get the beard. You might.
You have a seasoned, mature look compared to Coach Wise.
I appreciate that. I'm turning 50 this year. Thanks for letting me know that. All right. Thanks for the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach. Good luck this weekend.
Okay, thank you.
That's Gary Adock, the skipper out there for California Baptist University. Always one of the good guys coming on the show. We do appreciate it. A big series for the Lancers coming up on the road at New Mexico State. Quick commercial break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we'll talk some high school baseball. The Centennial Huskies are on deck, and we'll talk Big VIII League championship race when we come back here on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
Hey guys, it's Pep Fernandez from the #1 sports show in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to let you know about the Bass School. That stands for the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. All of us are trying to find a way to get ahead in the classroom and in athletics. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting to give your son the best opportunity to succeed. Bass is an all-boys private middle school school servicing 7th and 8th grade student athletes. They've got unique, customized curriculum for student athletes, individualized nutrition and athletic development, plus rigorous academic development with small class sizes. This is not an online homeschool. This is a private school for students who are serious about their grades and serious about their sports. Bass School enrollment for the 2021-2022 school year begins in January, so don't wait. Lock up your spot today. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for more information. The number one sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken's Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken's Sporting Goods.
We go to the NBA, and dude, guys, it's getting real, and it's getting real scary for the Lakers right now. I know they did beat Phoenix last night. It was a significant win for the Lakers. Anthony Davis dropping 42 to beat Phoenix 123-110. But right now, the Lakers are number 7 in the Western Conference. They would be in the play-in tournament. And guys, in the play-in tournament, the way it stands right now, they would play Golden State and red-hot Steph Curry. That is not a good matchup.
No, I need some bragging rights with all that drama without Pujols.
Yeah, and guys, that's a great question, Patrick. Where will he play if he plays again? Everyone thought he might follow Tony La Russa to the White Sox, and Tony La Russa, his former manager in St. Louis, said, sorry, there's no place here for Albert Pujols. So have we seen the last of Pujols? Is that it?
Many people are upset, saying that the Angels didn't treat him right on the way in, and basically it's coming down to he wanted to play every day, and Joe Madden was like, no.
I mean, it's the funnest name to say in baseball. Hopefully we don't lose him.
Pujols, sit down.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's every star athlete has to go through this, whether it's baseball or football, unless you're Tom Brady and you live forever. And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. A big thanks to Gary Adock, the skipper out there for California Baptist University, for joining us. Big series again coming up for the Lancers on the road at New Mexico State in Western Athletic Conference play. Now, a little bit closer to home, high school baseball, the land of the Big VIII, is sizing up to be a great championship race in these final couple of weeks here. We had Corona on a couple weeks ago. I know we've had Steve Madrill and King on a couple times. It's about time. George Wise and the Huskies from Centennial High School joining us live on the show. And first off, Coach, we got to talk about your beard game, because Gary Adock brought it up. You got a pretty strong beard, Coach. I got to say, it's well manicured. I can't see any grays from here. It's looking pretty good.
Just for men, Pep. Just for men.
When's the last time, Coach, you did not have a beard?
It's been a while. You know, my wife and I joke about that because she likes the beard, and I've been married for 10 years, so probably 10 years.
Oh, wow. That's a long time.
Here and there I'll shave it, but that's just to let it, clean itself back up. So
yeah, I've tried it a little bit. It gets itchy. It drives me nuts, and I have to trim it down or cut it off or go with a goatee or do something different, because it just, I don't know. It gets to me after a while.
Yep, it's maintenance. It requires maintenance.
Well, Coach, when I see your logo, when I think Centennial, obviously I think of football, of course, the great Matt Logan. I think of basketball. They've had some great basketball teams. But look out, you might turn Centennial into a baseball school with the way you guys are playing right now. Tied for first place in the Big VIII League, even with Corona, with just a couple more weeks to go here in league action. So far, to get to this point, what have the Huskies been doing well?
We always talk about pitching and defense, and it starts there. Our team, I think, since we've been here, has been built with our pitching and defense. The thing that's different this year, Pep, is we're scoring some runs. We are expecting to score runs every inning, and these boys are coming through. We're putting pressure on the defense. And that's been the key difference. The pitching has been stable, defense has been stable, but that hitting has just added that new dimension.
And it probably makes life a lot easier on the pitchers if you can stake them a couple run lead early in the game, right? It makes everything a little bit easier.
Absolutely.
Well, we got, obviously, a couple of your players on the couch as we go deep inside the Huskies den, the clubhouse there at Centennial High School. Let me go with Chris Scoville first, because I know he's a senior. Chris, two things here. It's just great that you see you guys playing high school baseball this spring, because for so long we didn't know if we were going to have a season. But B, you guys are good. You have a chance to win a league championship. I mean, maybe string together a couple wins in the playoffs. How fun has your senior season been?
I've enjoyed it. This season's a blessing. Just being around everyone, I've been having probably the most fun, especially because, we didn't know we were going to play. So as soon as we knew, we hopped on, got ready to play, and just ran with it.
Now, we also got Hudson Bonkel over there. And Hudson, let me ask you as well, the fact that you guys get to play, that's great. Now you're winning games. You're in the hunt for this league championship in the Big VIII League. But you guys know, definitely, because Norco got you yesterday, but every single game in the Big VIII is a battle. Do you guys, I know it's cliche, but just focus on the game in front of you, Hudson, because you got to win those games to give yourself a chance in the end to maybe finish up on top.
Yeah, absolutely. Every day at practice, we say the next game is game one of the series. Take it one step at a time, and we can't get too ahead because we know that all these teams are ready to battle.
We also have Jonah Eaton joining us. And Jonah, we talked about, the Huskies scoring runs and doing things well. What are some areas maybe that you guys could maybe clean up, maybe some improvement that you're like, hey, if we can maybe clean up these areas, we're going to be really tough to beat, especially when we play that final series with Corona and then obviously going into the CIF Southern Section playoffs?
Honestly, I think we could hit a little better in the clutch. Like yesterday in our loss, we had 11 hits, but we couldn't score many runs because when we got runners on, we couldn't put the ball in play in the gap somewhere.
Coach, let me ask you, because he's talking about, leaving runners on base. When you look at a box score maybe after the game, what's the first stat you look at to determine, hey, did we win or lose this game? Is it left on base? Is it how many hits we collected? Was it 2-out rallies? I mean, what do you look at in a box score? You're like, that's the key stat to see if we won or lost.
Honestly, walks. First stat. If we throw the ball over the plate, we're going to give ourselves a chance with our defense. That's where I start. And Jonah did mention that. I think on the season we've been great at punching runners in. Yesterday we hit the ball hard right at them. It was kind of an Adam ball day, and they did a great job of playing defense. You got to tip your cap to Gary over there and what Norco does, because they're struggling right now. But everybody in the Big VIII is capable of beating anybody. That's kind of how it goes. I mean, typical Big VIII baseball, everybody who won Monday lost on Tuesday. We see those all the time in our league. But going back to that, we do look at our walks. We look at, the clutch at bats. I would say that's another big one. But right now, we are just focusing on the positive. That's basically we turn the page, we flush it, and we move on to Thursday.
Well, Coach, speaking of coming up in the clutch and scoring runs, I asked you to, you brought some players on, and I got a little bit of information from these guys about, what class are they, what position they play. You got Ryder Dykstra behind you, and you said he's a freshman, but he leads you in most offensive categories. Before I ask Ryder a question, what makes this guy so special being a freshman and getting so much playing time?
Well, this is the first time I've coached at Centennial for 6 years. This is the first time I've had the luxury of starting a freshman. And we keep it pretty simple with our young guys. If they're not in the starting lineup, we like to see them develop at the freshman level. If they're sophomore, we like to see them develop at the JV level. And we pride ourselves on having a strong, deep senior class every year. That's pretty much one of the things we do. So Ryder had to be that much better than our other outfielders, even to earn an opportunity. We put him in the lineup in the 8 hole. And then we dropped him into the 4 hole. We were worried if he could handle it. And basically we put him wherever we needed to early in the season when we were, we had a shortened time to figure things out. And he just quickly proved he was, he's our best hitter right now. He's batting close to 450. He leads the league, not just our team. He leads the league in the runs batted in and runs scored. So basically wherever we put him in the lineup, he's come through. And I think what defines Ryder to me is the guy's kind of like Vladimir Guerrero. He swings at everything, nose to toes, and he can put the ball in play. He creates great angles with his bat. He can pull one at bat, and they can drive one down the left field line. His next they beat. The kid's special.
So, Ryder, as a freshman, here you get to not only make the varsity team, but as like Coach said, he's got you in the cleanup spot and you're doing big things offensively. What's the key to your success being a freshman and playing at such a high level and doing well? What do you think it takes?
I just try to work hard every day. I'm never satisfied. I just try to get better every single day with myself and try to improve and learn from what I did wrong.
So, Coach, you've got a freshman there with you. You've got some seniors. When you have a program, when you're building a program to get to a certain level, you've always got to have that constant blend, right, of young up-and-coming players like Ryder, and then you got some studs, the seniors that you build around as well, your nucleus. I mean, is that the key, the key ingredient to a successful program is constantly, keeping that revolving door going, like keeping guys coming up and making sure you've got good upperclassmen to lead the way?
Yeah, I think so. Talking to coaches as we've been going through these series, and Coach Parr even on Monday, talking, hey, you guys got it rolling, and I like to say, hey, we haven't changed anything. We've done the same thing from year one to now. It's just a matter of kids buying in, and if you build it, they will come type of mentality. And I think kids that come to Centennial, they know what to expect. They know how they're going to be coached, and we preach, those fundamentals. We don't change that. If you're the best player, you're going to make your way into the lineup. And, Ryder's proven that. But basically, it is a dogfight to get a position. And we try to make sure that our backups understand that when their number's called, that they're ready to go. I mean, we got a senior, just to call him out right now, Toby Yoshida. He literally came in for one play yesterday at shortstop because that's when we needed him, and he turned a key double play in the middle of that game. Now, the game didn't end up our way, but that's a classic example. I mean, in the Big VIII, I'm going to use 16, 18 guys because we have those role players, because we can re-enter guys, because we have guys that might be better defensively than another guy. So we got to have strong-willed young men who understand that this is what's expected of them, and they got to accept their role. And I think what we're getting more than anything this year is that buy-in.
Yeah, and it sounds like you got some great depth, too, with those bench players making some big plays. Now, Coach, we were talking off the air. You're like, man, the teams that come on the show, they lose the day before they come on the show. And I quickly had to point out, Coach Wise, that no, because teams come on the show and then they win their next game out. So, in a way, I feel like, I'm not trying to play favorites here, but I'm helping you guys against for your rubber match against Norco come tomorrow.
Well, we appreciate that, Pep, and we hope that we can come through. It's knock on wood. We hope that continues.
So, Coach, obviously, I think what was it, 11-1 yesterday against Norco? How do you, like you said, flush it? How do you put that behind you and say, okay, guys, let's get this thing back on track. We know we're a good team. We know what we can do. Flush it. Focus on tomorrow. Let's get better. We got Roosevelt and Corona. Let's just focus on the Cougars tomorrow, get better, so we can finish out this league season strong.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it starts. We got Chris Scoville on the mound tomorrow, which we enjoy having him as our anchor. We think that's a luxury that a lot of teams might not have in our league. And what I really told them guys is, big picture. We're 6-2, and we got 8 games left. If you asked us at the beginning of the season, would you take 6-2? Everybody's going to say absolutely, absolutely. We're in position to accomplish our goal this year, which is making the playoffs.
You guys are going strong, and it's going to be fun these final couple of weeks in Big VIII League play. That is George Wise and his Huskies joining us live on the Inland Sports Show. Thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it, and best of luck the rest of the way through league play. And then what, Coach, real quick, what division are you guys for playoffs?
We're Division 4. Yeah, and actually Division 4 this year has got some tough teams. There's a team out in Valley Royal that's doing pretty well. Mm-hmm. There's Mesa down in the Murrieta area.
Yeah, they were number 1, I think, right? Mesa.
And as a matter of fact, I think I spotted Kaiser coach Spinuzzi at our game yesterday doing some scouting.
It's never too early, right?
But I saw somebody taking diligent notes on the side, and it looked like the undefeated Kaiser Wildcats. Or the Cats.
The Cats, yeah, you're right. The Cats could be Cats versus Dogs.
Not that I'm watching the stands or anything. That's what I'm shooting coach.
But who knows? It could be Cats versus Huskies, Cats versus Dogs in the CIF playoffs. You never know. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Best of luck the rest of the way, and hopefully we'll see you guys making a deep run in the playoffs.
Thank you so much, Pep. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. That is George Wise and the Centennial High School Huskies. Join us here on the Inland Sports Show. Another quick commercial break here. When we come back, high school football with the brand new head football coach for Redlands East Valley, Gavin Pachot. He'll join us live next on the Inland Sports Show.
This is Alexander Madison. You're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Calling all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team? Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. Customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
The time is now. The Boost Training Center is open for business and ready to help all the athletes across the Inland Empire. Doesn't matter the age or the sport, if you go to Boost Training with Coach Ray Bass, they're going to make you bigger, faster, stronger. So if you're out there looking to train this offseason, talking about all you football players especially, check out boosttrainingsystems.com. That is the website. You can find a strength and speed class just for you this offseason, so you can be even bigger, better, faster, stronger this upcoming season. Give them a call or text at 951-532-4904 to reserve your spot today. Strength and speed training at Boost Training System. And don't forget, enrollment is open right now for the Bass School. That's Boost Alternative School for student athletes. You can check out what they have to offer at boosttrainingsystems.com. That is the website once again, and you can enroll for the 2021-2022 school year. Again, this is not an online school. This is a private school specifically for 7th and 8th grade boys. Check it out today because space is limited.
And And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. A big thanks to the Centennial Huskies baseball team for joining us. Game tomorrow against Norco. And I know Coach didn't want to bring it up because you got to focus on Norco tomorrow. You got a 3-game series against Roosevelt come next week. But in that final week of league play, it's going to be Centennial against Corona, head-to-head 3-game series. And that Big VIII League title will likely come down to that huge 3-game series. But we'll see how the last couple of weeks play out in the Big VIII League. Now, as we pivot over to high school football, there's always high school football news in the Inland Empire, and this was a big one. Redlands East Valley naming Gavin Pachot the new head football coach for the Wildcats. Joining us live on the show from Redlands East Valley High School, it is Coach Pachot. And Coach, gosh, you wasted no time. I mean, they got you in a Rev polo, you got a Rev hat, you got a Rev backdrop. You are all in, Coach.
Rev everything, the Rev way. You know how it is.
And that's exactly what it says, hashtag the Rev way behind you.
Yes, sir.
And Coach, before we start talking football, before we start talking Wildcats, I know in our football community here in the Inland Empire, everyone calls you Gumby. How did you get that nickname? Where did that come from?
That came from 6th grade. One weekend I was watching Saturday Night Live and I wasn't supposed to be. And Eddie Murphy had the character Gumby on Saturday Night Live. And thought it was pretty funny and walked in just as the bell rang to my 6th grade class in the morning. And Mr. Gary at North Tammany Elementary School said, "Mr. Pachot, why are you late?" And for some reason I said, "Because I'm Gumby, damn it." And the classroom fell out laughing. He sent me out of class. And one of my buddies, Francisco Ramirez, says, he all day long, he kept calling me Gumby, and it just stuck from there.
So we have to thank Francisco Ramirez for
right.
starting it all.
Francisco Ramirez.
Well, Coach, hey, first off, congratulations on the Redlands East Valley job. And, you know, Redlands East Valley is a program that's had a ton of success, state championship, CIF title, all those good things. But, you know, the last couple of years, it's been kind of down for the Wildcats. What do you think it's going to take to maybe turn things around and get competitive again in the Citrus Belt League?
Exactly what you said. Learn how to get competitive again. Competition is at the heart of what we do. It was at the heart of what I've done in the past, and it'll be at the heart of what we do over here at Redlands East Valley. The legacy has been set. The foundation's there, and they're not too far removed from winning. They had I think they made it to the second round, Lunsford's first year, so they're not too far removed. But we're definitely, you lose that many games in a short time like that, it starts to become, it's a disease just like winning is, and so we've got to change the culture a little bit, do an outstanding job on the practice field and in our preparation, and compete on every single play.
Now, Coach, you look good in red, and it's not the first time you've worn red. You were an assistant way back in the day with the Wildcats. Can you talk about how you coached with Redlands East Valley and Coach Kurt Bruick back in the day, and now you're back. You're back in red.
Yep, back in red. Reached out to Kurt. It happened to be a time when I was in between jobs, and felt like, he had a lot of success down at Cerritos, and, we've got a pass back from we went to the same elementary school and middle school together. So heard he was coming back, reached out and said, "Hey man, I'd like to coach. Have aspirations of being an offensive coordinator one day, but I'm not looking for that right now. I'd just like to come out and see how we do." And he brought me on as a running back coach for 3 years. Had an outstanding time, coached some great kids. Nathan Akery, who I still think to this day is one of the best backs this place has ever seen. Nick Keast, the Keast family, just so many lasting names. Marcus Mitsutome, Nate Johns, just an incredible football player. Isaiah Burrell, Sylvester Burrell, and just a lot of incredible times, people, and blessed for the opportunity then to come out here and coach with him. I learned a lot from him, and blessed for the opportunity to come back home.
Well, Coach, I know most recently you were at San Gorgonio, the offensive coordinator, and, please correct me if I'm wrong, but, a lot of guys who are former head coaches like yourself, they become an assistant or a coordinator, and they're like, well, this is kind of nice. I go to practice, I coach up the kids, I go home, I kiss my wife, I have dinner, I watch a show. When you're the head coach, I think it's 24/7. Everything falls on your shoulders at the end of the day. So what made you want to jump back into being a head coach?
I just, you start to miss it a little bit. As fine a program as Coach McCord runs over at San G, and I was part of the program over at Citrus Valley as well before Coach Brewitt got over there. There's just, there's that itch that comes up. You see some things that maybe you would do differently, and trying to play a good soldier and do it the way it's asked of you to be done. But I had reached a point where I did want to do it my way. And so the opportunity came up. I didn't know this was going to come open. I did have some interest in applying for some jobs that came open after the COVID season. And I just kind of felt it was time. It was a little frustrating COVID season this year. We went out there at San G with 19 kids, a mix of some seniors, some juniors, and a lot of sophomores and freshmen who hadn't played before. And it's tough, us coming off a championship run ourselves, and then going 9-3 the year before, and then you're stuck with 19 kids, and a lot of them you got to start from square one. So, unfortunately, I've been on the other side where the blood was in the water, and as a coordinator, there's not much you can do. All you got to do is you get what's handed to you, and you got to try to get some first downs and score some points. And it was time. I think it was time. It was time for me to go out and see if I could do it again.
So, Coach, here you are doing it again at Redlands East Valley. So what are some things that you can do right now? Have you met with the team? Can you do spring ball, get them in the weight room, build your coaching staff? What are you doing right now to get ready?
So right now, met with the team on Monday, and, had no idea what I was walking into. You walk into a team that was 1-14 in the last 2 years. And, I didn't know what to expect. I thought maybe it'd be another San G situation with 19 kids. I don't know. So when those kids came through the door, it was hard for me to get my jaw off the ground. I mean, we've got an excellent nucleus of kids to work with, and I am super excited to get those guys going. We'll be doing spring football. We're going to start our spring football on the 24th, and run it till the 3rd. And we'll be planning it right now in the process of building staff, and I think we're pretty much solidified on that. So we're going to meet next week to prepare for our spring football and get going. As far as weightlifting goes, because the COVID schedule it's difficult. It's difficult to, I have a class that starts at 1:30 every day, and so they're out at 1:30 every day. I wouldn't get over here until about 2:45. So it'd be tough. We got kids in other sports, and it'd be tough to have the kids hang around here and wait and things like that. So as soon as we get out of school, we'll be in the weight room getting it done.
Coach, I know here we are in the middle of May, and it feels like, we got plenty of time before week 0, August 23rd or whatever it might be. But really, if you're as a head football coach, you like to have the entire off season, right, to get ready for a season. So do you have to accelerate some things? Hey guys, we got to get moving here. That first game is going to be here before we know it.
Absolutely. We're really behind in the weight room, and my background totally sets me up to believe that games are won in the off season. Games are won January through August in the weight room. Games aren't won August through the season. You're winning games in your preparation way before that. So we're behind in that situation, and we know that, and we'll do what we can to make that up in the 2 months that we have to get ready. And coming into a new situation, a full off season would be great because you can get your full installs in. It's tough enough to be a new coach coming in somewhere and install a new offense, install a new defense, and that all takes time. It takes some time getting ready, but that's where we've got to be creative and not be too difficult. And I want our kids to think less and play faster. So the less thinking they have to do, the faster those kids will play. And if that means that we have to be a little bit vanilla starting out, but be good at that vanilla, then that's what we'll do. because we want, ultimately we got to play fast. Can't compete if you're thinking about how to line up. So it's our job to simplify our schemes and make sure that we're, our kids are ready to go out there and play.
Well, the time is now to start preparing for the fall season. We're excited about it because it sure looks like we're going to have a normal-looking football season, hopefully, fingers crossed, in August. Coach Pachot, congratulations on the Redlands East Valley gig. Thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate it, and best of luck this upcoming year with the Wildcats.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you to the administration and everyone for believing in me in this situation, and to the Wildcat Nation out there. It's a great day to be a Wildcat. We can't wait to get started and get out there and get it popping.
The Rev Way, hashtag the Rev Way. You can see it behind him. Coach Pachot, congrats, and thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you having me.
That is Gavin Pachot, the new head football coach at Redlands East Valley, joining us here on the Inland Sports Show. We appreciate it. All right, before we wrap up this segment, we have our Boost Training Big Boost of the Week. It's our play of the week, and this was a really good one for the number one team, the number one baseball team in the CIF Southern Section Division 6 poll. Let's check it out. Aquinas taking on Woodcrest Christian. Big-time battle in the Ambassador League, and here it is. Aquinas' Seth Rajasic winning RBI double as Rajasic is going to smack this ball to right center field, and that's going to drive in the go-ahead run as Aquinas beats the Royals 5-4. They are undefeated in league play, 8-0. 15-1 overall, and again, number one in the CIF Southern Section Division 6 poll. Big-time swing by Rajasic, and Aquinas wins. That's our big boost of the week. Commercial break coming up here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we're going to wrap things up. The high school soccer playoffs kicked off today. The first round today for the girls. Boys, first round tomorrow. We got a big-time game coming up. We'll tell you all about it when we come back on the Inland Sports Show.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man. You guys rock.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it, but we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for. The number one sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken Sporting Goods. Hey guys, it's Pep Fernandez from the number one sports show in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to let you know about the BASS School. That stands for the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. All of us are trying to find a way to get ahead in the classroom and in athletics. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting to give your son the best opportunity to succeed. BASS is an all-boys private middle school servicing 7th and 8th grade student athletes. They've got unique, customized curriculum for student athletes, individualized nutrition and athletic development, plus rigorous academic development with small class sizes. This is not an online homeschool. This is a private school for students who are serious about their grades and serious about their sports. Bass School enrollment for the 2021-2022 school year begins in January, so don't wait. Lock up your spot today. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for more information.
Nice step inside. What a move there from Edward Kelly. 36-35. 5:57. Pretty move there. And now the Cardinals pull within one. Josh Jones forcing that one up. And sometimes when you force it and you keep shooting, things go your way. 3-pointer for Josh Jones, his 4th of the night.
And that was Bradford Evans on the call as Indian Springs beat San Bernardino 47-44 in a crucial Mountain Valley League game. Indian Springs, the defending co-champion in the MVL. San Bernardino was the team to beat coming into this season, so a huge win there for the Coyotes as we are in the high school basketball season right now. Still regular season, but for soccer, we're in the playoffs. We had some wild card matches earlier this week. We're already in the first round for the girls. First round for the boys will begin tomorrow. We got some great boys games tomorrow. We've got Redlands East Valley taking on Arlington. That's going to be a great game. Let's see. We also have Corona and Valley View in the first round. We got these great all local head-to-head matchups pitting perennial powers together. The highlight game, though, we want to spotlight is our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game, and it's Vista Murrieta from the Southwestern League going on the road to the undefeated Arroyo Valley Hawks. In fact, I saw the Hawks a couple weeks ago play the Colton Yellow Jackets. So big time battle in the first round of the Division IV playoffs as the Broncos head up the 215 freeway to take on Arroyo Valley as the road to a CIF championship begins this week. And that is a big time all local battle. It's our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game. And again, you can go to kinsportinggoods.com for more information on their Letterman's jackets, sports gear. They got masks, they got hats, they got baseball mitts, cleats. They got it all at Kin's Sporting Goods. All right, a big thanks to our guests on this show, Gary Adock, the head baseball coach at CBU, for joining us, the Centennial Huskies baseball team for joining us, and you just saw him, Gavin Pachot, the new head football coach at Redlands East Valley. Big shout out to our director, Johnny Nunez, here at Team Vision TV 16 for hooking it up and getting all those guys to zoom in. This is our new normal, right? Zooming in, and we appreciate it very, very much. My name is Pep Fernandez. God bless you. Stay safe, and we will do it all over again next Wednesday night, 6:05, first pitch with your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. We'll see you next time.